Thank you for this opportunity, and also for being very open to some changes. Originally, we were thinking of having the keyboard, and we're going to use the Drash and some of the music with the keyboard. But you'll just have to leave it to your sense of imagination of what it would be like as I deliver this Drash with some of the best that electronic music has to offer. The title is The Invisible Made Visible, a kaleidoscope where the James Webb Telescope meets Tisha B'Av 5782. The James Webb Telescope made its debut with a perfect blastoff, followed by a flawless installation 1 million miles out in space. This instrument of human ingenuity was perfectly placed so that the first photos of digitally enhanced infrared photos became available to be seen by humanity on Monday, July 11th this year. This happened only 18 short days ago. A perfect bullseye high. Now, I invite you to enter the kaleidoscope of our imaginations to see how miraculous this connection between the explorations of space is to our understanding of Jewish history, seen through the eyes of Tisha B'Av. Take your hands. Everybody's hands up. Point them up to the ceiling. Extend your arm fully. On Zoom. Let's see it. Now, on the top of that finger, I want you to find a grain of sand from your favorite beach and put it on top of your pointer. That grain represents millions of galaxies in that small area of your total vision as photographed by the Webb telescope. You may put your hands down as you think, how many galaxies do you think we now can behold if we fill up your range of vision totally with the grains of sand on any beach in your total visual scene? Now, we have upon us Tisha B'Av 5782, a day of mourning for the calamities faced by our people for over 3,000 years. This begins 8 days from now, on Saturday, sundown, August 6th, on the 9th day of the Hebrew month of Av. In the Kabbalistic wisdom tradition, the number 7 symbolizes perfection that is achieved through natural means, as we celebrate Shabbat as a day of rest from all of our labors. The number 8 symbolizes what to our awareness is beyond nature and how we can retranslate our own mortal view to bring about perfection, the messianic age for our world. Here, we find the parallel of our Jewish consciousness to the display of creation as revealed through the Webb telescope and our upcoming holiday of Tisha B'Av. And yet, how invisible and blind is Tisha B'Av to most of the liberal Jewish community? It comes at a time of barbecues, vacations in the sun, summer programs to meet new friends and enjoy the newfound freedoms with the hope that the pandemic's end is close at hand. So let's step back for a moment and go into our self-imaginary time machines to the time of the plundering of ancient Jerusalem in 598 BCE, followed by the destruction of the first temple in 586 BCE, which began the communal grieving of what eventually became the commemoration of Tisha B'Av. You can follow its story with the exile of many of the remaining 2 tribes representing the land of Judea, when they were then exiled to the faraway land of Babylonia. We have revealed this, like the precision of the Hubble telescope that was launched in April 1990 through archaeological dating and linguistic analysis of our sacred texts. But times have changed over the past 32 years between the inaugurations of Hubble and Webb. The Jewish world today continues to refashion and reinterpret the significance of this challenging ancient time that we are reminded of every Tisha B'Av, probably first commemorated by our ancient rabbinic sages. We now have new tools to examine our Jewish history, just like the Webb telescope has new tools to discover our galaxies and our universe. We're learning how we are behaving in our contemporary world. We're learning the new tools on how to bring this world together in a tikkun olam fashion. We've expanded this commemoration of mourning to other periods of destruction through this holiday of Tisha B'Av, exile and hardship experienced by our historic Jewish communities. We witness from our time machines with our present-day perspectives what became the first temple's prime example of what would become our perpetual wanderings and challenges through the ages. And now, we have James Webb Telescope to remind us that time and space are interrelated. We see back in ancient universe time, the stars that existed 13.5 billion years ago, such as galaxy Glass Z13, some scant 400 million years after the proposed Big Bang. From our scientists, as we see through infrared photography. The Webb telescope, astronomers say, is 100 times more powerful than the Hubble telescope. It examines way beyond the best of what our TV and movie inspirations tell us. Even all the Star Trek adventures, I loved Star Trek. It was my vision of the future. It was only limited to our own Milky Way galaxy. And Star Wars. The stories of Star Wars are restricted to only one galaxy far, far away. We can see much further than that now. Doesn't it make sense for us to use and experience the wisdom that Tisha B'Av offers us to strive for a better future based on what we learned from the consequences of our present and past actions as a Jewish and world community? Tisha B'Av offers new insights, where the awe of seeking out the purpose and creation of our Jewish and human existence can be examined and experienced and tested. This is done through God's words to us, through the mouth of the tormented prophet Jeremiah, that we hear in our Haftorah this Shabbat and on the morning of Tisha B'Av. I quote, tomorrow. Hear the word of the Eternal, O house of Jacob, and all the clans of the house of Israel. Thus says the Eternal One. What wrong did your ancestors find in me, that they moved away from me and went after empty things and themselves became empty? Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 4 to 5. Tisha B'Av morning. I will make an end of them, the Jewish people, says the Eternal, so that there are no grapes on the vine, no figs on the tree, and leaves wither. And what I gave them will pass on to the enemy. Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 13. Well, you'll just have to come to Columbia Jewish Congregation on Saturday, August 6th at 8:30 p.m. to make the connection between these two readings and continue your exploration of Tisha B'Av as a harbinger of our Jewish journey. Now, in conclusion, the Webb telescope attempts to expand the wisdom we bring to the table that is gained from our eyes and minds with every year that passes. Tisha B'Av is a time of communal mourning for a temple lost because of not living up to the best of our potential Jewish community obligations to each other in that world at that time, as a lesson for our world in our time. May the James Webb Telescope and its great potential to provide wisdom and understanding of the creation of the universe be now linked to Tisha B'Av, 5782. May both inspire us to help plant our new seeds to create a better tomorrow for our Jewish community and the world.